just one big shiny nut.
Okay, did I miss anything of great import?
Look,
I'm grabbing another beer really quick.
Look at this, Dwayne. Oh, look at this. Look. I am the orb. I'm an orb.
Oh. Yeah, I suppose your head is very orbish. Good job, Orbin.
Just an egg on the countertop, you know. That's me. It's a metaphor for my life.
You're just a little too low. You're so small. It wasn't even a noticeable joke. You do put off some pretty good orb vibes, though, to be honest. Very orbular.
The giant orb.
Okay, so...
Okay.
What kind of beer are you drinking, Cats?
I have Groomer, the Bayern one. Bayern Groomer Lager.
Oh, yeah, no. Groomers are alright. They're not bad fellers.
Yeah, it's alright. It's fine.
I got a rumor for you right here.
Well, what are we... Should we just jump right into it? What are we talking about today?
No, are we already live?
Yeah, I have our little spinny thing up.
Okay. Oh, like, are we audible? Are we just like in the spinny zone and then you're just gonna like fade into us? Or...
Oh no, we're live now. Go ahead.
Get together.
What do you have to say?
Come on, man, get together.
Oh.
Was there
Put a
anything that
smile
you
on
said
that
that was
face. Let's go,
incriminating in
come
the
on.
past 30 seconds?
No.
Okay.
It'd be so easy to get us like with us trying to do like the natural introductions without any preparation, just we're live all of a sudden. It would be so easy for any one of us to just destroy the other one. Just give them a very baiting, easy question, then immediately go live. And any one of us could tell you all sorts of the different colors of the rainbow that we don't particularly enjoy or want to move into our neighborhood.
I suppose. It's true.
Yeah, you could say that. You could say you suppose it. I knows.
That was a hard open, actually. That wasn't a very soft open. That was... Oof.
I liked it. Anyway.
So we watched Smiling.
Kind of bummed me out.
Highway to Hell.
Bummed me out.
This week, we were supposed to watch, what was it? Highway to Hell, yeah. And we didn't, even though I do want to talk about that at some point in the future. But I just recently watched this show called Smiling Friends, and I did so by getting a free trial on YouTube television, or YouTube TV. And
Which is a good thing because it's, what does it cost? No, like the base package.
$55. And then that's
like
for the first 3 months. $55 a month, and then it goes up to $65 a month after the first 3 months.
That's obscene.
Yeah,
that's absolutely obscene. Who in their right mind would pay for that?
I don't know.
But you get all the live television. You get all the live television, all of the live
tubes,
channels.
Yeah, all the tubes.
It does seem like a
directly into
reasonable enough way to pay to watch like sports if you want to actually give money to those fucking China loving bastards.
Yeah.
I think JJ had YouTube TV, and that's how he was always watching the games on his phone during work.
Yeah.
If you care about
that
sports, I could
makes
see it being something that's like worth
He did.
getting, maybe. But like, geez, who cares about sports?
That boy loved his sports. He loved them.
I don't care about sports.
I don't give a shit about sports. Fuck sports.
Like
You know,
anything, well, we're not here to talk about sports. We're here
to talk about smiles.
Smiling.
So why did you want us to watch this, Cats? Like, was it just like something you were watching?
Well, yeah. I mean, I kind of wanted to talk about it because it was an interesting show as far as like I don't know. I watch a fair amount of YouTube, and maybe if I had known all about this show prior to watching it, it wouldn't have been like, as surprising, I guess. But I just kind of watched this show completely blind and recognized enough people, like, weird people from YouTube in it, that I thought it was like it was interesting on its own merit in that way.
Oh, like number 15. Can I get a number 15?
Which one was that?
Did you not like from the Shrimpina? That's like the second episode, or that's
Shrimpina?
no, that's like the third episode.
Well, who's
that was the lady who was assumed to be in love with Shrimp.
Yeah. Was she?
Yeah, the guy that would, like, he came in first, Ping or whatever came in first, and then the guy ordered was like number 15. Can I get a number? That's no.
I don't know who that is. Well, who is it?
Who was it?
It's the guy that's like the Burger King foot lettuce.
I don't know that
Here,
one.
let me look up his actual YouTube real quick.
Okay.
You're not talking Badlands Chugs, are you?
But you get like Lyle McDouchebag too. Chris O'Neill's a lot of voices, and Mr. Frog, he was like half the voices.
Yeah,
it's just like yeah.
I could see that. Okay, well there you go. There was more than so there was like ones that.
Wait, which ones were you thinking about?
Well, so I made a list. I made a list. These are.
I figured that the reason we were watching this show was because it had Mr. Plinkett in it.
It does. Yeah, I'm glad.
Oh
yeah. I'm glad you caught that one, because it's kind of, he does the exact Mr. Plinkett voice, so it's like that one's obvious. Then I was happy to see Perry Caravello, which I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, but
any of these fucking people.
Well, I've sent Perry videos to Heck, our group chat, multiple times, and I don't know, maybe they've just fallen on deaf ears. But he does.
I probably just didn't make the correct.
Yes, they have.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
They might have fallen on deaf ears.
Oh well.
Or maybe I've seen like some of it. It's really hard to say.
You ever heard of the movie Windy City Heat?
Maybe.
It was like big. I haven't seen it actually. It was a big comedy movie from like 2003, apparently. I guess he was in that. It was like a mockumentary type thing.
Okay, so he's in a movie neither of us have seen.
But he does videos on YouTube basically where he screams into a camera and people send him McDonald's. And
Great job.
Other things happen, but most of the clips I've seen consist of that. So I was very surprised to see him show up in this. He was the fast food manager. He was Salty.
Oh, Salty.
Yeah.
All the live action guys and stuff too.
Yeah, Salty live action guy who was fucking the cartoon sexy mustard packet.
Yeah, the mustard packet. Yeah.
And then they all kill him in the end.
I mean,
spoiler.
There were great gags throughout. I have no complaints about it as a show. It was a good show. I don't have much to say about it beyond that, I suppose.
It was funny.
Yeah, no, it was a show that you were actually, I don't know. I felt good just kind of spending my time watching the entire season, I guess. And I haven't done that for a show in a while.
I guess it's easy too because they're all like 10-minute long episodes, so they go.
It ended up being like
that.
a film. It was probably an hour and a half total, or less.
Yeah, it was. I liked how for some of the episodes, a good like 50 to 60% of the episode, like really didn't feel like adult animation, or it didn't even have any swearing in it. It could have totally been, for the majority of every episode of this show, it really could have been something like that was in between Flapjack and like regular show. It felt and looked like a Cartoon Network thing a lot of the time, more than it looked like an Adult Swim thing.
Until it had just like extreme violence.
Even like, what was that?
Until it just had extreme violence out of nowhere.
Sure, yeah, or just like a weird like blackface joke, or just the occasional
sudden intense like facial animation, and like everything gets hyper realistic, or just gets like really like real for a second, then just kind of like moves on. Like, oh, don't worry about it though.
Yeah, no, I liked it. I liked it too.
Yeah,
I guess I assume we all would like it.
It didn't have the sort of thing that a lot of Adult Swim, not counting Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty doesn't even really feel like an Adult Swim thing anymore. It feels like just something else that Adult Swim took a chance on or whatever. But it doesn't really fit the mold of like what you picture of a lot of Adult Swim's other things, like your Squidbillies or your Children's Hospital or your What?
Eagle Heart.
Sure, yeah, or like
Yeah.
the Heart-She Holler.
That's
Some of the
glad.
more like a lot of things that you watch.
Shivering Truth.
Well, to be fair,
Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell.
yeah, to be fair,
yeah, exactly.
people who watch Rick and Morty
Infomercials.
have a very high IQ.
Make you
So
feel really gross and terrified. Whereas this show actually felt like childish and charming through a lot of it, while still having a lot of that good stuff. You know?
I think it's because like the people actually might have a little bit of brain damage who wrote, wrote and produced it, but that's what makes it fun, right? That's the whole point.
yeah, well, yeah, it was having watched Psychic Pebbles. You know, I'm sure you've seen Psychic Pebbles, Dwayne, whether you remember it or not.
Familiar.
But yeah, no, I mean, they didn't I don't know, they haven't changed at all, or that guy hasn't changed at all. I don't know about the other person.
Michael Cusack.
Yeah, I don't know anything about him. I didn't know he had another show on Adult Swim. So
he also did like Bushroll Adventures, that Rick and Morty short thing where they were in like Australia.
I remember that.
I don't know that one.
He's got like I've said like a few of his things too. To heck too, like Siggy Butt Brains. You've got Siggy Butt Brains.
Siggy Butt Brains? No.
Yeah, exactly. He's an Australian animator and voice actor who's just kind of like did the same thing. He's just done it for so long. And has pitched enough shows. They're like, finally, like, fuck it, we'll take you. So that's why I like Adult Swim. Speaking of like Adult Swim though, and especially Squidbillies, did you guys hear they fucking changed?
I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah, they got rid of one of the squids for being an insurrectionist, right?
For surprisingly being a racist hillbilly.
Yeah, he
what do you expect?
He said something racist towards Dolly Parton of all people. So.
Oh yeah, see that's a little despicable.
Well, he didn't say something racist towards her.
Dolly Parton is a fucking queen.
I guess I mean we talked about this a little bit before, but like I have zero affinity towards Dolly Parton because I the most I know her from is that Simpsons episode where she's in it doing something.
I really don't know her music too well. Yeah, I kind of want to go with Dollyland. That seems like fun. I know she donates like. She's got like a book program or something for kids. Yeah, and she's
also just like one of those celebrities that just has a million anecdotes of like, oh, I saw her for 2 seconds and she gave me a gold guitar and a hug that cured my cancer. It was just like she's just one of those fucking. She's just the heart of the South.
She hasn't had no bad stories have come out about her. So I mean, she's got a good record so far.
I don't think bad about him. I think she's up there with like Betty White, where she's just a sweet lady.
Fake blessed.
Betty White turns 100 today. Or wait, was that yesterday?
Oh my God!
Was today the day? Was that?
No, I think it was yesterday. Yeah, but
happy belated birthday, Betty White.
Yeah, I saw. This is a tangent.
Like your
also,
fucking dirt cake.
Well, just the amount of magazines I saw in the stores that said Betty White turns 100, and it was like you guys couldn't fucking just like not print that cover. You had to just
because like they.
Yeah, because you don't like. Do you really turn 100? Like, if you
what magazine was it that like printed out?
At that
Hillary
point, you could say
Clinton
Shakespeare turned 450. You know, I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, you're not like circulating anymore. You know, you're not.
You do. Google does that. What do you guys? Yeah, Google always does that. They're like. Fucking whoever's like 118th birthday. It's like, no, they've been dead since they were like 70. What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, that's more what I'm saying is that like the media outlets were, you know, they were all jumping on, you know, they couldn't wait for Betty White to turn 100 so they could like bleed that story. And then she fucking dies 3 weeks early.
I know, like
fuck.
So close.
You know, they're like, oh, okay. Well,
it's like, you know that a bunch of like fucking pieces of shit like you that work for news clickbait machines were sitting around who wrote like articles a couple weeks before that, getting ready for that Betty White 100.
Yeah,
and then
like, this has happened before.
So they were just like, okay, we'll just update some of the context and release the articles early. So they still made their money. Some of them probably barely had to change the article. But
they couldn't change the headline, is what I'm saying. Like the headlines, I still saw a headline saying Betty White turns 100. You know, and it was like,
well, she technically does though. It really like it. She did turn 100. Like, because people do.
How old was she when she died, though?
She was
99, you fucking moron.
They say someone lived to 99. They say, oh yeah, Betty White, she lived to 99.
Yeah, but people still say like, oh, it's fucking Thomas Jefferson's 300th birthday.
No, they say he would be 300 today. He would.
You guys want to hear a much more reasonable explanation than you two just fucking arguing about the date of death?
What?
I don't think we're having an unreasonable.
Remember when Hillary Clinton lost and like a couple magazines still printed out that she won? They already had it printed. They already had it shipped out. And it's like, well, what do? You got to put it out and try and sell it, or you just like defect it.
It was 3 weeks off though, Brad. Like that's something that they can.
They had it ready.
Like the Hillary
does this shit
next day.
How long do you think it takes to make print magazine nowadays? That shit's like.
It doesn't show up on the shelves like that though.
Yeah.
I think it was intentional. I think they just left it as it was, and they fucking said, and she died of pancreatic cancer or whatever as well.
I doubt it. Did you pick one up, Cass? Did you leaf through it, or did you just kind of look at it angrily, like a fucking school shooter, leaving with your chocolate milk and fucking pizza roll?
I think I spat on it a little bit, and then I shoplifted the rest of my goods and walked out. That was.
When I was a kid, I had a priest who gave us. He was a visiting priest, and he gave a sermon about how evil the Da Vinci Code was, how it's against the Catholic ideology. So I was at Hastings bookstore once, and I grabbed a copy of the DVD and I smashed it.
Really?
I threw it on the ground and I stepped on it. I probably did 0 damage to it because I'm a pussy. But...
Yeah, you were a little Christ fag. I do remember that. You were a little fucking cuck for Christ.
In that case, that's fine because the Da Vinci Code is a shit film. Like you weren't doing it for the right reasons per se, but like that's a shit film, so it's fine. I mean.
Well, he was also a kid, Kids just like act out hostilely against anything.
Yeah.
Children are monsters.
Especially
That's
if they're not monsters when they're children, then they're gonna be even worse when they're an adult. That's the rule.
That's true. You gotta get out when you're a kid.
True. Is that entirely true? Because some people are just like shitty kids, Like some people are just like bullies, and then they grow up and they're like, "Fucking yeah, now I fucking just stab child molesters and just like fucking." Have
like a good person to me.
What?
Yeah, what do you? Aren't you making my point?
Yeah, what are you saying? Like that's a bad person if they kill child molesters? Shouldn't you say they are a child molester if you're trying to prove your point?
No, I'm saying I'm saying bad kids can grow into good people. I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. Is you want to be a bad kid because then you're a good person after you get all that. As long as you're not like an insane person, as long as you're not like skinning fucking animals and like going through like the stages of like a serial killer. If you just like are a kind of a shithead and like fight or like just are a dick to people sometimes, get that out of your system. Burn something, break some shit. Because that's like once you hit like 18, if you do that, you're going to jail. Once you hit like 14, you're probably going to jail if you do shit.
Depends
that's probably
on
why like a lot of
and how good you are getting caught. But either way, these sort of childhood issues could have been alleviated by like some visiting characters who only want to put a smile on your face, like something like that.
Oh, nice. You said
creatures such as that. Well, do you guys feel like you would have been assisted in your life by some smiling friends, or do you feel like you have been in a metaphorical or exacting sense?
I feel like you're just setting up for a preacher joke right now. Like,
no,
you're laying the groundwork.
Like a Catholic priest joke, or like,
yeah, whatever. I can hear the gears grinding in your mind. You Catholic.
Well, I think that's just because like my brain is just like full of like very few clear paths for synapses to just fire now. Now it's just sludge on sludge in most of the paths, so you really gotta like muck through it. I was mostly just trying to get us back on topic to Smiling Friends so that our viewers don't be like, get back on topic like they always fucking do.
Yeah, no, I mean...
Chat more and then complain.
The super chats have already started to roll in. I should mention, I mean, speaking of the thing that we're talking about, the other person that I wanted to mention that was in this show that I was, surprised to see, I guess, or wasn't expecting at least, was... Sick Animation. I guess Mark M. I don't know if you ever know his last name, but Dwayne, you've definitely seen a fair amount of his animation videos. He was the boss.
Wait, who was
he was the boss?
He was the boss, yeah.
Oh, that's weird because I thought the boss was like voiced by like 10 different people because he always had a different voice.
That was exactly why okay, so the reason I recognized his voice, and it was only when he would like say something in a really weird, like kind of southerny. Whenever he would dip into that specific tone,
I picked up on that.
Yeah, when he would dip into that specific tone, I would go, oh, that sounds like a trip to the mountains, or that's it sounds like this, like, because he does that in every single video of his, and
another one too is when he's got like the gun to the nihilist head, he's like, hey man, I'm just gonna shoot you and kill you. That was also like a time because like that's just actually his voice.
No, you can hear
like
it.
He used that like the beat rat video. I'm a beat rat.
I'm a beat. Yeah, that was exactly like felt like a sick animation video.
I was sitting there, I was like, who is this? Well, I mean, they're all such good voice actors too. Like Chris O'Neill is so many of those people too.
Who did you say did the voice of Shrimp? Did you say you know who did the voice of Shrimp?
No, not Shrimp. The guy that was before him in the line, the Burger King foot lettuce one.
I was just specifically going to compliment Shrimp because
I don't know who like Shrimp specifically was.
Because the way Shrimp's like lines were delivered were all just like very like he didn't know how to act. Like he would just read them like he was just reading words on a piece of paper.
Oh yeah.
Anything about that? I will die alone now. And it would have been so easy to just like give him like, and even a good funny nerd voice wouldn't have hit as hard as just like doing that. So it was good. That was funny stuff. It was a good choice.
I'm talking about Shrimp, the one who was like the very obvious nerd who's going like, Shrimpina.
Yeah, but I mean, he had like an autistic robot voice.
Yeah, exactly. But he delivered everything like a robot.
Yeah. No, I have heard people that talk like Shrimp before. Like Shrimp reminded me of people.
Yeah, no, it definitely gave me like some vibes of certain autists, like some specific autists, but it was a little played up to be a little more speech to text.
Yeah.
Oh, it was David Firth. That's who. Yeah, that like slightly weird British. It's the Salad Fingers guy.
Oh. Well, there you go.
Salad Fingers.
Oh.
Yeah, that's Shrimp.
That's funny.
Weird.
He does that voice too for like a couple of the weirder ones. Like I think Burnt Toast Man, he uses it occasionally, and
I never watched Salad Fingers.
There's like some other really weird ones.
You've never been forced to watch Salad Fingers?
No, I've been forced to watch the one Salad Finger. Like
Salad Fingers isn't anything, dude. David First got like much weirder, more intense stuff. It's definitely like in his later career now.
It
like
was just a classic.
It was never. It's stuff was never like for me. I guess.
Yeah, it's just good old fashioned weird, and that's like especially like how it gets like gross at times and sweat.
That's funny though. Well, there you go. Like they keep coming out of the woodwork, I guess.
Well,
there you have it.
So, that was honestly like as far as choosing this as a topic over Highway to Hell. It
was much more scattered.
It was a lot more scattered. It was interesting to see so many people that just are on my YouTube feed showing up in a nice Adult Swim thing. I thought that was cozy.
It's pretty cozy.
And then also, my YouTube TV trial was going to expire, so this was the one I had to make a decision.
So what are you going to do with the next 13 days of the family plan?
I've just been watching a lot of Adult Swim for the most part. I don't really know what
I was trying to look around. Like, it's got some movies and stuff. Like, it's got whatever movies have been on TV in the past couple weeks.
Yeah. I know. It's stupid. Like I saw the sports. I could watch Tucker Carlson live, I guess.
Yeah, you can definitely watch Tucker Carlson. I assume that's been doing because it's been recommending a lot of Tucker.
Oh, that's right. They have all the
I haven't watched any. I haven't watched a single Tucker on there.
Oh, so it's just trying to shove news down our throats.
It just knows. Well, or it knows it's like, we know what this guy's YouTube history is. Well, like he's gonna want Tucker over Maddow.
It might actually have something to do with that because my YouTube recommended was talking about Smiling Friends. So I think that it might connect to your YouTube TV.
Well, why wouldn't it? I mean, same company and everything. So it's like.
Oh wait, real quick! I found out the number 15 guy. His name's Chills. He's a YouTuber. He's just got that monotone voice. That's it. Because I finally found him.
That sounds familiar.
We're just shouting out other small YouTubers.
Burger King foot lettuce. The last thing you want on your Burger King sandwich is somebody's foot fungus. No? You guys have the fucking attention span of fucking rabbits.
Hey,
Jesus
man,
Christ.
I watched this show last week.
Some specific quotes to you, and who knows if you'd remember.
It's not even like the show I was talking about. That's just like that's just an old meme at this point.
Oh,
Whatever
well,
though.
You know, I can
You're
only
also
That's fine.
cutting edge of a lot of the memes that don't ever reach.
Brant, I didn't have the internet until I was in college. Why don't you just be quiet?
I never saw a boob. I didn't see a single digital boob until I was
actually 21. It's funny. I because we had safety things on our computers at school, so I would just look up, sexual acts on Wikipedia, because then they'd have pictures sometimes.
It's too late for you to know this now, but like the trick back in the day was you would just go up into the URL.
Oh yeah.
HTTPS. Instead of HTTP, and then you could look at all sorts of graphic images.
I found out
that's
about
probably
that
fixed by now, I'm sure.
much later, but yeah, I heard about that one.
Yeah, it's a real shame. Real shame when you don't find those tricks when you could have really used them.
Yeah, no, I would just print out Wikipedia articles.
And just jerk off on them.
Like the
Did you come?
I didn't know about jerking off when I was in middle school.
So what'd you do with them? Did you just
I just looked at
stare
them.
Like,
I just looked at them and just
yeah.
Basically, I would just go, lights out, turn my flashlight on and look at Wikipedia articles.
You're taking a dump on your
like we're
manure
learning
bucket,
about
and you're just like, yeah.
That's what we did back in the olden days.
Ooh, this specifically is an image of engorged vulva.
Areolas.
Well, no, it was mostly like lesbian, like if you looked up lesbians,
like specific
yeah, if you looked up lesbians, you got good results generally.
It's just more you just the idea that you're just staring at it, going like, yeah, yeah.
Hey man,
I like that.
They're honestly pretty educational.
It was a big
They're a lot more educational than the sex ed you get in school. Or at least we went to Catholic school, so the sex ed I got was mostly just don't.
Oh, Chris O'Neill was Oni G. I've heard that.
Oh shit! I guess I should have said it like that too, but.
Oh, okay. I'm just looking at. Oh, Tom Fulp sounds familiar. Brand.
He's the guy that made Newgrounds.
Oh shit! Well, he's
just
Alpha.
Dude.
Who was Alpha?
Was that the character that got that all of the country voted to allow into the show?
No, that was Smormu. Who was Chris
Smormu?
That was Smormu, yeah. Alpha. I can remember.
This can't be undone. Smormu is a permanent member of the cast.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I don't know who Alpha was. Well, the creator of Newgrounds was a voice on the show.
So, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being like the greatest all-time Adult Swim
there was also Gilbert Gottfried as God.
God.
Playing God was a wonderful.
The angry video game nerd was the devil.
Oh, that was the devil was AVGN. That's interesting.
Bimmy, and then like the Wolfhard brothers from the Wolfhards, Nick and Finn Wolfhard, I think from Stranger Things.
I remember Henry Wolfhard. He was the guy who owned that restaurant in the 80s. It was the one where he would like he'd have like a van and he would like pick up celebrities and like they think they're gonna die. And
that kid.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, Corey Wolfhard.
Finn man living in
Harry.
Wall. Oh, he was Biblies. Oh,
Harry Partridge. I liked him. He's a very good animator. He takes a long time to do his stuff, but he's very funny, and I think it's well worth the wait.
Harry Partridge.
I like Harry. Harry Partridge.
Oh, Harry Partridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that guy's done a lot of stuff that's like classic. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but he's done a lot. So like from 1 to 10 in the pantheon of Adult Swim shows, how do you think this one holds up?
I mean,
solid 7.
Yeah, as far as I'd probably give it a solid 7 too. Honestly, as far as first
7.5. It's solid. It's pretty tight, and it's like absurdism. You know, it's
It doesn't
it's
like
ideals of
anything up
Dada.
like some of the other true classic Adult Swim things have done, like your Eric Andres.
It felt like a really, really good YouTube series. It felt like a YouTube
a
series
very
that
good,
got
like a super good one.
yeah, like somebody who actually had like like an actual budget going into it, like the Adult Swim would. So
yeah, the animation was really crisp and quality.
But yeah, well, that's what it felt like though. It just kind of I don't know. It didn't really sacrifice. It didn't ever feel like it sacrificed anything for television or a channel. It still felt like a YouTube video, basically.
Yeah, they got away with whatever they wanted to for the most part. Like when he's in hell and his grandma just starts fucking going to town on that lollipop.
That was
that was pretty interesting.
There was some good. There was some very like I don't know. Some of the animation in this was more disturbing than you would get in like a Salad Films video. You know.
Every time that weird like, oh, that's who Alpha was. I think is the guy with like the dipped head who's like. He's like, get the fuck away from me, man. Why don't you go back to your family? You're so old.
Oh.
And then like the demon runs into me. He's like, are you fucking wearing blackface, bro? Bro, get out of here. And then like just fucking kill him.
Oh,
it was an odd joke. I thought it was funny, I suppose, but I don't know.
What, the blackface?
It seemed like it was worth it. The blackface joke.
It was a little on the nose.
But yeah, that's what it was. It's just like it was so on the nose. It was funny that everybody exploded over it, I guess, but it was just like, eh. And it's kind of slightly out of nowhere. It makes sense, but slightly.
Like, that's why I don't do it, man. That's why I don't do Halloween. That's the exact reason, bro, right there.
See, that was a good joke. That was a good
that's what the joke was. It wasn't him getting like just decimated. That was just like a happenstance. That was just like what happened, you know.
Well, it held on that particular.
It was the payoff to what he said in the beginning, where it was like, I don't fuck with that, man. Like he's like, oh, why don't you just do some face paint, Charlie? And it's like that's the worst thing, man. That's like what people get most trouble for.
Yeah.
And then it paid off because there was a blackface joke.
Well, I think it had that like the blackface joke also felt like a YouTube like joke, basically.
Right.
Like that's I could see that being like an early YouTube.
That episode fucks with me. It feels so short for some reason. Like I just feel like Pip's in the woods and then he's like getting chased and it's over. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that was why I was like, that totally could have been an episode of like the fucking regular show or something until it got to the ending with the blackface and then murderizing the dude and eating his guts.
But then it just stops. It doesn't like keep doing it like regular show where it's like, and then we just ride the roller coaster out, like we plateau and we come back down. This is just like, and done.
Well,
I appreciate that. It's like the joke's done. We're finished. We're not gonna like fuck with it anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how well these like this type of show or like these characters would do in like longer, if there were 20-minute episodes instead of 10. But I mean, I think that it probably works in short bursts because it is pretty aggressive.
Yeah, exactly. This is like
I think that's where it would start to get probably like existential. If it had that extra amount of like room to grow and shit, like it would probably like get. That's where an adult
it would get stale. I feel like
existential.
I started watching Bird Girl, which is the continuation of Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law, which is a very fun and another like 15-minute, 10-minute show, and then they like bumped it up to like 22 each, and it's funny enough, but yeah, it does just get grating, especially like with that specific. Harvey Birdman's got like a very similar comedy style where it's very fast, quick, and like absurd. If you stretch it out to like 20 minutes, it's just like, oh, fuck.
I never watched Harvey Birdman. Actually, funny enough, my mom keeps telling me to watch it. So
you should. It's really funny. And then like if you want to like watch Harvey Birdman, but worse and with a lot more like proactive, progressive ideals, the fucking Bird Girl's okay. I liked it.
Oh, is it like She-Hulk? Basically,
it's not that bad. Like they make fun of it at least. They're they're very self-aware of it too. Then it feels like.
Okay.
Anyway,
it's hard to discuss something that's just like good. Just good and like kind of non-controversial.
The Princess episode was probably the best one. I liked Blibbly. That was awesome.
The one with the Hobbit fella, the fantasy.
Yeah,
that was good.
Who looks just like the OG Bilbo Baggins from the The fucking
animation.
the VH.
Yeah, I thought that was
my god!
The show had all those different art styles. That was kind of. Cool.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I guess I didn't narrow down a favorite episode. I liked the I did like the Salties one.
But, the Salties episode was prime.
Yeah.
That was pretty good, yeah.
I really liked the Mr. Frog episode.
Yeah, the Mr. Frog one was good too. That's true.
I liked the commentary on the cancel culture there. There was one missed joke though, which I thought was gonna be a joke because it felt like it was setting up one. Was when Froggy was on drugs and he kept like doing fucked up shit, and then he wasn't on drugs and he was doing fucked up shit. And he was like, okay, I gave him some sleeping pills. Well, no one's ever done anything fucked up on sleeping pills. And he was sitting there on his phone, and I was like, okay, they're setting up a joke where he's about to tweet something racist, but he didn't.
No, because no one does anything fucked up on sleeping pills.
No, Roseanne was on fucking sleeping pills, and she was on her phone.
I see. I was thinking, like, you know, people always do fucked up stuff on sleeping pills as far as, like, overdosing. That was kind of my first thought. I thought,
like, he was going to, like, immediately, like, flip upside in the pool and, like, start drowning or something.
Yeah, I just thought of Jimi Hendrix or, like, you know.
It was just because they showed a shot of him sitting there on his phone.
Yeah,
well, he was just sitting there watching Jimmy Fallon.
I guess.
He said he was.
Yeah.
But I was just expecting him to tweet something racist.
Yeah, it wasn't. I don't think they really
he got through with that already. He already like said whatever he did on Jimmy Kimmel. So
the Jimmy Fallon part was right.
Oh, Jimmy Fallon, yeah.
Yeah, that was right after it. But I don't think they really like. Yeah, they. You know what? I like that he wasn't tweeting because like I don't think they ever showed like social media really in the show.
Yeah, no, not really.
Yeah, I don't think so.
They showed
like it was still like
television.
Obviously very modern.
Yeah, they just didn't really though, so I think that's probably why it's like
so.
It's so lame when like when you do that too. You're like it's not because you can't say Twitter. You can't like call your joke Twitter because it's a brand. You have to do like Twitter or something with like a U, or it's like Twicker, Twixer or something.
Or Google or what.
And it's just lame. It never comes off. It never comes off good.
Like just doing that doesn't really.
It's not worth the joke because it's not going to pay off because you're going to have to do that lame fucking word thing.
That never really neuters the joke though, because like Twitter is already.
You can just say social media. It's blowing up on social media. You know, you can just say like that because there's different social media platforms.
Sure.
Yeah, exactly. Sure. Or you can just make up a gibberish word for it.
Yeah, you can just be like, oh. Sir, they're annihilating. You know, they're killing us on all the major social media. Platforms.
But like, I think the payoff on that joke is better than if he tweeted because then you'd have like you said something racist versus like he's not racist that entire time until then when he's suddenly like all those fucking and then just the whole bleep out part. If he was racist before then that wouldn't have been nearly as funny.
Well, he could have done something else on the show too. Just like either way, like his other things.
You'd have to be like this chilled out.
Up for that, and it didn't happen. That's all I'm saying.
I feel like they were probably best for it, and that's why you're not in a writer's room. Got him.
Oh, damn. Well, I mean, the other thing that I thought, I don't know. I expected Mr. Frog to probably like kill himself and like take down. I was fairly sure Mr. Frog was just gonna take himself out along with like the rest of a studio or something like that. So I liked the ending, where he just kind of like breaks the fourth wall.
He got his show back because.
Well, it was like a Monty Python ending though.
Yeah, everyone got what they wanted.
No, I'm talking about when he like attacks.
He shows up in the real world of the night.
He attacks that BBC lady or whatever she is.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. Fuck, I do like how they use the live actors. It's nice.
Yeah, no, well there was stop motion also. There was live action, stop motion, and animation.
Oh, that's why I always think the
Halloween.
The Halloween Pip episode show short because it starts with a guy coming into the alley.
Yeah.
And it ends with him leaving, shitting his pants.
Yeah. Which that joke did not work for me, honestly. That was so stupid.
I think it would have been funnier if the cop beat him.
Yeah, or something. I don't know. That joke was like that of over everything else felt like bad YouTube stuff.
You know, I do think there were some jokes in there that were kind of like close to bad YouTube for me, but that one kind of worked for me.
Really?
Because the cop just said like, yeah, you can't be just doing that.
It's like, oh yeah, what lie? It's like,
it was,
here's a law: loitering.
You can't be watching cartoons out here. It's all right.
Okay.
All right, fine, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't have to shit his pants, but, you know, like, it did need something. So
it would have been better if, like, we actually saw like, the shit, like, fill his underpants. And, like, start leaking down. Like a Tim and Eric skit, like, he'd just start shitting his...
I was imagining, like, an X-ray vision, you know, like, you know, we see, like, the inside of his pants and it just, like, fills up.
No, I'm thinking like the Tim and Eric ones where it's like they just like spray diarrhea out like just brown water out of a hose, and they would just. That would have been pretty solid.
That would have been fun.
That would have been fucking amazing.
More poopies.
Yeah, I needed more poopy. There was not enough poopy. If anything, this show did not have hardly any poopy besides that, so I'm glad they.
Which I'm usually fine. I don't need much poopy.
Like any.
Personally.
There's puke.
There's a fair amount of blood.
A lot of blood, a lot of gore.
Yeah, there's a good amount of blood.
Pieces. Trash, bile, pus, piss. But yeah, not a lot of dookies.
No.
Not a lot of dookies.
Well, so was there any other specific episodes you guys want to talk about or that stood out to you at all?
I think that's every important thing that one could possibly discuss. It was a good show. It was a good it's hard to talk about something just like, you know, it's good.
Well, and that's why... oh, go on.
Without breaking down every episode, it's like, what do you say about it? It's a good show.
Yeah, that's why I venture to ask if either of you like had a like some kind of alternative bad idea for it at all. We haven't done that for the past few episodes.
I considered like the.
What?
Brant.
Well, I was gonna watch Highway to Hell, and I was gonna do like what if Smiley and Friends did Highway to Hell, but then I was like, I'm not gonna watch Highway to Hell.
I see. You were gonna go above and beyond.
I was, and then I didn't because there's no payout for it. I never win.
That's not true.
Do you never win?
I feel like I usually choose your idea.
You usually do take me for the most part. Dwayne never picks me. He despises my genius.
No, I've definitely picked you before when you don't fucking suck.
Yeah, well, yeah. You know, what can you do?
I don't have a very good idea. I was just gonna kind of like rattle something off. But I did think that it would be an interesting idea. Just based on the animation thing, I was just picturing just like something I'd like to see be animated. Now I don't know. I was just thinking about a taco that like didn't want to be a taco. Like every little piece of the taco wanted to be its own thing. Wanted to be some beef. Wanted to be some lettuce. Wanted to be some cheese, and I wanted to be a piece of tortilla. But it all got combined into a taco somewhere along the road.
And then like they lost all their individual sentience and became like one hive mind, and then like it makes them all question do our organs have like sentience?
Like that at that moment they are all one hive mind that just believes itself to be a taco. And then Charlie, or what was his name? Charlie?
Charlie's yellow, Pip's pink.
Yeah. So Charlie takes a bite of the fucking burrito. Taco, and then all the ingredients.
Whatever, man. It's just a taco, bro. What do you mean? Like that's what it's there for? And he just eats
exactly.
it.
Yeah. And then all the ingredients fall out, and they all regain their independence, and they all like run off, and he's just trying to reassemble his taco. But Pip,
and then Pip has the freak out where he's like, "Wait, does that mean that my organs?" And then like he like goes like what? It's like a CRT scan or something, and like they start talking to him, and they, like hear their voices when he sleeps.
That would be a good concept actually if your organs somehow break out of their like
they start like fucking struggling.
Yeah, they're like they're programming. They're starting to break the conditioning and they become sentient, and start like making decisions of their own.
The last thing you see is like your chest cavity bursts open and all your organs like spill out and you just start to bleed out and die. It's like your brain just coming out of your mouth.
what
and
if
your
that
eyes
happened
like
to
finally
you?
unpopping.
What if that happened to
just-
you
What if that
because you
happened?
ate like what if you
A
ate?
taco.
Yeah, that's because you ate the taco. Like you ate the sentient taco. The taco ingredients were all like sentient individually, and then they communicated with your organs. And maybe
That's
that's
pretty fucked up.
Okay, so I think that's where that
That's
goes.
why Taco Bell gives you the shits, because it's the food's communicating with your body and it's trying to tell you.
And your body's trying to rebel. Your body's
Yeah.
like, we can no longer
we do
like
not like these
live
guys.
with a being that is both allowing this sort of tragedy to occur where it creates these tacos that don't want to be tacos, and then its byproduct is it destroys us. So we're going to rebel against the body.
It turns out your body's under union.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
got your intestines are the union busters. They're like, you're not coming in here, bud. Fuck off. Yeah, get out of here, scab. Get out of here. Yeah. Oh, that's a perfect analogy. Because they're just pushing them down the line, like, get out of here, get all the ridges of your intestines.
Get out of here. Okay, I see. I'm starting.
They're beating them up as they go, just turning it into mush and you shit it out.
Well, yeah, and then like, man, what would be like the organ in your body that's like the bourgeoisie? What's the bourgeoisie like organ?
What does it do anything, but still gets to hang around?
Huh?
Like, because your tongue gets like you want to do whatever your tongue fucking says. Your tongue or your dick. Like they're the organs that just like whatever they're like. Oh, I just want it to taste good. I don't care if it's gonna destroy the asshole or my brain. Like I just want it to taste good. Like the fucking tongue and dick.
The nose, because it's like it wouldn't like fucking hang around with like the shit heels. The stink. You smell. You stinky boys.
Yeah, the nose gets to be out
like,
too.
Face of like a girl who like eats a lot of fucking shitty food, but like has like a very in-depth skincare routine.
What?
That is probably like the biggest bourgeoisie of the human body is like on a girl who eats really bad but has a very in-depth skincare routine.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I like where they like you can see like the blackheads. Like it's like her face is wanting to break out, but somehow she's just like sponging every single thing out.
Yeah, exactly. And like her entire outer dermis is pretty healthy, like pretty incredibly healthy in a lot of ways. But just the deeper you go beneath, that's where the poor people live.
Okay. Well, I mean, but rich people eat McDonald's too. So is that like a metaphor, like they're making themselves kind of poor by doing that? Like because
I'm specifically thinking
the poor
of
pus, the poor pimples start to form.
Yeah, I guess are those poor pimples? Is that's what?
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
I thought rich people ate really good. That's why Jeff Bezos is jacked.
Well, but you can eat you can eat really good and it could be like bad for you and it would give you like pimples, I guess. Like you could eat really good cheesecake. You could eat $1,000 cheesecakes and still get,
okay,
obese.
All right, so like, if this is still in the metaphor of the like,
yeah,
the capitalist breakdown of the human body, what are these pimples in your metaphor? That I'm kind of is that like fucking some kind of Skynet thing, or is that like some Bernie Sanders?
Okay. So if I was gonna like spit some praxis, or on this, I would say the pimples are the the pain of the the forgotten class sprouting up because rich people get to eat food that's good for them that their body doesn't like reject and cause blemishes on their face, but poor people have to get we have to eat the seed oil. We have to eat the shit that's fried in motor grease, basically. So
especially because like you could say to a certain extent these pimples are like, as you're saying, like the grief and the anger of the poor people like bubbling up to the rich people's zones, and then their way of solving it is to just apply some sort of topical cream.
So like imagine
area.
Okay, so I heard some of that, but imagine if there was like a rich family and they had a daughter, and she, they're trying to get this daughter to like, eat healthy, be, do good in tennis practice, all that stuff, be fit, get a good husband. But she keeps eating McDonald's with the poor kids. And she starts getting the pimples on her face. And the rich parents are like, where are these pimples coming from? Those are poor pimples. And it's an analysis of class.
Put some money on them.
Yeah, it's an analysis of class strife as viewed through pimples. There you go.
That's an interesting alt on the same idea. See, I was talking about it as the entire body just being the whole metaphor itself, whereas you're bringing you're saying illness in general is a symptom of poorness.
Yeah, I guess I kind of lost the body thing. That should be incorporated.
I like where you went with it anyway. Brand, what do you have to say?
Yeah, you're on.
I think this has gone on long enough.
I don't think it's gone on long enough. I think we have to say...
We haven't even broken an hour, Brant. We have to break an hour.
We have to say at least a handful of interesting things before it's considered...
This is going to go on forever then. This will never end.
Are you saying we have that many interesting things to say?
I'm saying we have that few interesting things to say.
Oh.
Well, we just need to have good in-depth conversations and use our back and forth, you see? We're not using our back and forth, Brand.
Brand, why don't you hand us some of those vegetables or those fruits or whatever is in front of you?
Yeah, hand us
I would, but I'm actually behind this counter. As you can see, there's the cutoff right here. This is actually farther away from the table. I'm actually humongous, but as you can see.
Well, I
can grab my cup actually. Does anyone want a cup of Joe?
My hand is.
I see.
Ow,
Yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling.
It looks like those are actually pretty small avocados, after all.
No, those are pears. I think. My coffee is pretty hot still. I don't think I want to drink it.
It's pears and a succulent.
I don't know.
See, now that's interesting. See, it's starting to become a crutch of our third act of the podcast where we realize that we have nothing interesting to say.
Yeah, we should have ended it. That's what I was saying. Fuck me, you fucked up.
Well, Brad,
sorry for pointing out the obvious.
We lost everybody anyway. At the very least, we can, you can pass us some fruit or something. At this point, we're entertaining ourselves.
My movie is Blood Monkey. I choose Blood Monkey. It's on Amazon. It's on Tubi. It's on Pluto. It's Blood Monkey. Enjoy watching Blood Monkey.
Well, is there anything interesting in it, Brand, or is it just?
I wanted to choose this for the Halloween episode, but we never did that. So now I'm just gonna go through all my monkey horror movies every time I'm picked now, and the first one is Blood Monkey.
Why Blood Monkey?
Because
it's the worst rated
title.
It's the lowest. Fat Man was pretty low rated, and that was a great movie.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving 2 was low rated.
And that was a great
Thanksgiving. Yeah, Thanksgiving 1 though was really bad.
Yeah, that was. I'm so the fact that we got to Thanksgiving 2. Blood Monkey looks awful, Brant. This looks terrible.
I know, right? It looks so shit.
Oh shit! It has F. Murray Abraham though.
Right?
What the hell?
Dude, I'm so excited. Oh, who's this?
Damn.
Propamna Kacharniad? There's Russians in it.
Man, that's sad. That guy was in Amadeus.
Where do you watch Blood Monkey?
Tubi, Amazon, Pluto, Roku, whatever the fuck it is. It's all free. It's all free on those. You have literally no reason not to. If you don't have Amazon Prime, watch it on Tubi. Tubi's awesome. I love Tubi.
Tubi's free.
Tubi's fucking so free.
Does it have ads?
If you have an ad blocker, it doesn't.
I don't have one on my smart TV though.
That's the brand. You didn't have an idea for a remake or anything, or?
For Smiley, not really.
It's tough for a show.
I just couldn't think of a singular concept to toss on to Smiling Friends. It seems like the only thing I could do was continuations, and that's lame. You do that like when you're at like season 5 and you're just running out of shit to do as you bring back old stuff. But yeah, I mean, like anything I would have thought of originally was pretty well presented too, like the Frowning Friends and all that stuff. I wanted to do originally as I watched it was like, I want to do like an opposite of the Smiling Friends.
The Frowning Friends is a good idea.
It was actually
very good concept.
Yeah.
The fucking friends, and it was like they just help you get laid.
There you
like
go.
And it usually ends them like with date rape or something, or like it's like, oh, it turns out she was actually 15, and it's like, Jesus Christ, or it's like, oh, she didn't know, or like this was like, or like the princess episode, it's the stalker. That's all it was. Anyways,
it's a little without class of you to make jokes like that during the Ghislaine trial, Brant.
I thought those were over.
No, it's still going.
Still going. A lot of Ghislaine.
I'm
There's
surprised she's still alive.
There's a movie. I really want to watch this movie that I heard about. It's about like
Cuties?
No, it's about like this woman that moves into like an apartment that Jeffrey Epstein used to live in.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, and then like she starts to get like sexually haunted by him or something, to the point where like she goes to his like, you know, that apartment, that other apartment building that he lived in that's famous, where he's like photographed like talking to Prince Andrew.
Not no, but like, well, I'm more interested in this sexually haunted.
Well, let me read you this plot, because I can't remember. Can't
remember what.
Weekend at Epstein's.
Yeah,
there's like one point where like she's like masturbating while she's like touching his fucking like the numbers to his apartment, and it's like actually filmed outside of his old apartment.
She's like fingering the initials on his apartment thing. I don't know. It looked pretty great to me. I think it would be a good one for the podcast also.
Oh, you know what?
Sounds kind of prime.
Can I change it? Can I change it at the last second, just like Cats did, and then let's do Monkey Shines.
It's something interesting to talk about.
We're gonna do Monkey Shines. That's gonna be the movie instead. Monkey Shines. I was like, I forgot about that one.
That's a Stephen King one. There you go.
It's got a real monkey.
I read too. Okay. Actually, I'm glad you chose this. I've been meaning to watch this. This is George Romero.
Cool.
So George Romero.
Yeah, this is like 1988. It's got a real monkey in it.
It's a monkey. George Romero movie. That's interesting.
George Romero. Oh.
George Romero of a Stephen King book. Huh?
Yeah, and it was based. Well, it's not the first. Okay, maybe it's the first, but like I can't remember when Creepshow came out. But him and Stephen King worked together a few times.
This sounds pretty dangerously close to the good territory, Brant. It's hard to discuss good.
Yeah, I double-checked the reviews on Blood Monkey, and I saw it was the same thing as, what was that last movie I picked? And they didn't, like, show the monster till, like, the very end. It was only for a fucking minute. Yeah.
Dogman was great.
Dogman 2. It was like that, where it's like, yeah, you don't see it until, like, the very end, and it's like, I don't really want to fuck around with, like, them just being scared in the woods.
That gets so old. Every fucking movie is people scared in the woods.
Yeah.
And every movie that isn't people scared in the woods is just somebody fucking is like trying to solve some fucking bitch ass mystery. There's a serial killer in the house. Some kind of thing like that.
Hey man, filming in houses and outside is pretty cheap. That's also
it is.
Apparently this isn't based on a Stephen King book, I guess. Not to break anyone's bubble.
I didn't think it was. I don't know why. I was just
because
okay, sure it is.
I thought it was. I thought it was because. It has the exact same cover as a Stephen King. Okay, look up Monkey Shines the movie. I don't know if anyone cares about this. Look up Monkey Shines the movie though, and then look up The Monkey by Stephen King. Same. It's the same fucking. Same cover.
The Monkey by Stephen King. This is just it's just a monkey with the symbols. They're weird. They're creepy looking. I have some.
I know, but
I fucking hate them.
I didn't even look at the credits of this movie. I saw that and I was like, oh, it's George Romero working with Stephen King again. How great. Oh well.
So is Monkey Shines the final answer? Is that what we're doing?
Yes.
Okay.
Romero classic. So now you can say, oh, you like George Romero? Have you ever seen Monkey Shines?
Have you ever seen that?
Oh, it's got Stephen Root in it. That's cool.
Well, it looks like we've got to the root of the problem.
Uh-huh.
And that problem is that the podcast is done.
Is that a problem? Is that a problem, or is that a solution to the problem that the podcast existed in the first place?
The problem will soon be fixed, and it will be back next week.
Yep.
This is a reoccurring problem.
Make sure to apply your weekly ointment of bad ideas with Madsen.
Preferably via handgun.
Yeah, or therapy, whichever. We support lots of.
Whichever's cheaper.
Therapy.
Yeah, there's lots of forms of therapy, of course. Yeah. So, have a happy.
Spelled the rapey. I don't trust it.
Have a blessed week, everybody. Bye-bye.
So great.
That was such a good podcast. It's a great one. Great podcast. Is Monkey Shines going to be good, Brant? Is it going to be a great episode?
I don't know. Are you gonna sit up? Are you gonna actually put enough effort to sit up all the way?
I sat up for a big part of it.
Yeah, and then if you didn't notice, a big part of the lull is when you just decide, like, I'm so tired of sitting. I must lay.
Does that read to you as me not putting in enough effort, and does that then sap your energy? I've chosen a different way of sitting. I like sitting like this.
No, I don't care. It's fine.